So people ask me all the time, is learning a cultural value?
Too
many items.
Oh, you can't keep them up? So that's the secret. Maybe try to write shorter words quickly, but we want to capture as much as we can.
I think not to items. Long checklist. He said it's a good checklist, but consume
Too much time. Okay, so that's good.
Good to have the checklist.
Yeah, good. And they do it every day.
They do it every day.
Ask them if they ever do it but don't really do it. Because the problem with a checklist like that every day is it's not very powerful on the 10th day.
It's too long.
And that never breaks. The tires are always good. But they should talk more than we're talking. We're sort of ganging up on. They should talk more than us.
We try to understand.
No,
let them understand.
Yeah.
คือแค่ต้องการทำให้เข้าใจเท่านั้น
So hi everybody and welcome to the Pre-Accident Podcast. I am your host for this quick safety moment, and today what you just heard for about 30 seconds, not even quite 30 seconds, was a learning team in Thai. Because what I want to tell you more than anything is the belief that somehow learning is culturally appropriate to one culture over another is probably a little bit egocentric and completely wrong. In fact, what's interesting is worker engagement, expertise living at the level where the work is done, is pretty much universal. And asking people who do the work in an environment that's culturally sensitive is everything. And so sure, does a learning team look different in Wyoming than it looks in Thailand? Yeah, it looks pretty different. Does a learning team look different in Latin America than it does in Europe? Yeah, they look different because you want to create an environment where communication and engagement is the key. And the way you do that is by understanding a couple things. One is that there are definitely cultural values, and who's in the room will influence how the communication, and really quite honestly the amount of communication that'll happen will happen. Secondly, there's a high need in many cultures to not make other people look bad. And so one of the powerful tools that learning allows you to do is to not look at failure, but in fact look at success. So instead of asking questions about where the process is especially bad, do it exactly the opposite. Ask them where the process is especially good and how that process goes about being good for the workers who do the work. Now, language is always an issue, but what's important is to put the right people in the room and actually build the capacity, build facilitation into the system so that first language learners can actually be first language facilitators. Ultimately, my message to you is pretty simple. Learning is universal, and it's powerful, and it engages workers, and it allows them to improve. That's the safety moment for today. I hope you learned something really good. I hope you get what you need. I hope you get just a little bit, nit noi information from this incredible safety moment. Until then, have as much fun as you possibly can, and for goodness sakes, be safe.